All right, we're live here. Fatboy FadeAway Sports. Been a couple of weeks. Tyler still gone. I guess he loses. Cloverdale little defeats him. I guess I wish I'd be pumped up. I'm not sure where we are with that. Tyler, he's up 6-1, just like the good old A's. They blow. The bullpen cannot keep it down, and they end up losing to Cloverdale. So
Hey,
Tyler,
they won yesterday.
they did win yesterday. We'll get to that. Also, bullpen discussion there. If you guys need a nap about that, we'll talk bullpen. A's bullpen here in a little bit. But Casey, I know you might be jumping off soon. You said you had a story for us, though. A story?
I was just trying to do a fundamental thing yesterday, man. I don't know if I'm getting older. My cognizant skills are not working as good as they used to, but I was like, man, I never.
It's probably all true.
Sounds pathetic, but I was just like, man, I haven't made a thing a pop secret in my life. I figured out. I was like, I've never cooked popcorn before in a microwave.
What?
I'm like, never done it. Never done it. I've never done it. And I was just like, took a minute, and I was just like, I think we're gonna cook some chicken breast instead. It seems easier.
The instructions are on the back. They're on the back. You can do it. I believe in you. If you can make a pizza, or what's the one you like, DiGiorno, I think you could do Pop Secret. I think you can do a little Pop Secret.
I was like, man, you guys ever done anything that you're like, man, this is such a simple skill. I don't think I've ever done it though.
Yeah, I'd probably say even like changing a battery in a car. Sometimes you get nervous about that. Like, am I gonna get it on the right side? Am I getting it on the left side? Am I gonna blow the car up? Yeah, those are. I guess that would be one for me. That should be easy. Sometimes I overthink. I guess that would be something. Thankfully, I get my pants on. That's a good one. I could do that. I could do
one leg at a time, or do you do both?
I could do one leg at a time with it. So yeah, I did that. Like I said, been a couple of weeks here. Just hasn't lined up. I'm stupid. I hate when my computer logs out of like my stuff that I can't remember. It. Like son of a gun. Like so, StreamYard keeps making me log out, so I have to always keep going through Brandon to get the code, and that doesn't always line up with the time I need it. So that's been a little frustrating this week as well. But been busy. Wrapped up basketball season at the school and all that good stuff. So we're moved on. I'm rookie flag football coach, Brian, starting Monday. I'll be. Should I run jet sweeps? Is that what I should be? Just running the jet sweep, or should I talk to Mike? Mr. Mike and Kyle Shanahan to start to get a little West Coast offense going. What should be my Derek quarterback? I don't know my escapability. I don't know if it'll be the same, but
you mean you got like Cam Newton back there?
Well, he can't tackle. That's the problem. It's got to pull a flag. So that's yeah. If Derek can stiff arm people, then I'd be fine with it. You can't quite do that. So rookie
I think you should go 5 wide and just keep throwing passes.
Who do these guys think they are? The New York Jets?
Hopefully, sadly, we might be. We might be the New York Jets. So that's kind of been my week a little bit there. Brian, I know you been keeping it down there in LA. You bought tickets to the A's Angels game coming up in May or something, right?
Yeah, but it's basically now less than a month till the game. I'm very excited for that. So.
This was gonna be a winner or loser of the week thing for me, but I usually never talk WNBA basketball. Very rarely is that on the thing, but only because Casey's gonna get off he has to leave a little earlier, and this was gonna be a loser of the week for me. Did you see I mean, again, I'm never talking Valkyrie unless they do something stupid. They did something stupid. It sounded like when they had the draft and they took that girl Floje Johnson from LSU that everybody kind of knew because she's like in commercials and all that, right, Casey? You know where I'm going with this, right?
Yeah.
They draft her at 8. Then they had a trade set up, I guess, before the draft where they were going to get Seattle's pick, Brian, at 16, and then a 2028 second round pick. So some people were like, well, and then the GM, when they asked her about it that night about the trade, she goes, I'm going to have to wait till tomorrow. These are people's lives, and I'm exhausted. I can't talk about it. I'm like, that has got to be – you're the GM the night of a draft. You can't say you're exhausted after you made what people are thinking is a crazy trade. I was like, what in the – or like just the terrible look.
Awful.
Again, I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm not
does not look good.
I'm exhausted. Peace out. We're not talking about it. But anyways, just even if it wasn't involving, I guess, that one girl from LSU, how do you trade your top 10 pick to get out of the first round altogether, and then you're trading for a second round pick 2 years from now? How is that equal value? I don't understand.
Because it doesn't.
I like it's like they owed that like they had blackmail over it or something.
Yeah, I mean, it just makes no sense at all.
It's
I
the
mean,
dumbest thing I saw all week. It's like, what in the world?
it's crazy, man. The WNBA is a weird league sometimes. Like, it's just, I mean, it's a good league. They just do some strange stuff. I mean,
Well, I mean, that in particular, right? I mean, like, that does, like,
oh yeah,
just value itself. Like, if the Raiders traded or the Niners had the 8th pick and they trade down to the 16, you hope you're getting more than a second round pick 2 years from now. I mean, like,
Yeah, exactly.
I don't understand it all.
yeah.
Where that was. So I was just, that absolutely blew my mind in terms of like, what in the world are we doing?
How could Joe Lacob let that happen?
Come on, Joe, get your head in the game. Speaking of Joe Lacob, Brian, Curry, and Draymond, they get together, hug it out a little bit at the end, saying this might be the end. If it doesn't, he's not sure what's gonna happen, Johnson. After they,
I saw a picture on Twitter of a young crew together. It was Curry, Draymond, and a young Klay Thompson. I think when Mark Jackson was coaching the team, it made you look back and go, "Wow."
I think this might be the picture you're referring to. I'm not sure. This was where they're kind of hanging out together.
You're right
there. There was a comment somebody had on this picture. You talk about a dumb thing of the week too. The Golden State Warriors dynasty has come to an end, and Steve Kerr never developed any superstar talent since he was gifted with this team 14 years ago. That was developed by Mark Jackson. Now, during this time, Kerr won a Coach of the Year, 4 NBA championships, and was the highest paid NBA coach in the league. But who exactly are the playoffs that he developed since Mark Jackson was fired and blackballed from the league? I mean, just such a lame, tired take. Like, again, I've had my issues with Curry at times too, but like Jackson did some good things. He let Curry flourish in that regard, like gave Klay confidence. But the team wasn't better with him. They were running just ISO pick and rolls every play. He hated Andrew Bogut. They did not get along, him and Andrew Bogut. That's an important part. Yeah. Well, that's an important. I mean, you need the Bogut part. Kerr developed all that. Just a lame take. I'm so tired of hearing that stuff. But Mark Jackson was just as good as Steve. Just stupid. Just not even on the same thing. You think
we could have had Derek Fisher? Could have had Derek Fisher.
Could have D-Fish. Could have D-Fish.
Thank God he chose the Knicks.
Thank God. So what do you think? Is this it for Kerr after the Warriors? A dramatic win versus the Clippers, and then fall flat against Phoenix the other day to be eliminated.
I don't know if it's it, man. I mean, it sounds like as long as Curry's playing, he's coaching. At least, like, you know, that's what he would like to do.
Yeah,
I don't blame him. I mean, why would you not want to coach like one of the greatest players like of all time? It's just it showed its head, man. We just don't have a lot of players right now. But I mean, Butler getting injured obviously was like a huge injury.
Oh yeah.
That just changed the course of the whole season. Curry just, you know, being in and out of the lineup and then just out for a long time is just, I don't know, man. Just watching that, I was just like, you know, it's like, I know they lost, but I was super happy. Like that Clippers, like it just gave you a taste of what it used to be like for us. And then it just ran out of gas. Didn't have enough people there. So, but on that note, fellas, I am going to dip out. I'm going to go watch a kids game here. But enjoy the rest of the podcast, guys. And I wish I could be here longer, but I got to dip out. So.
All right. See you guys.
Peace, man.
Later. Yeah, Brian, the Warriors Clippers thing, it was interesting. Yeah, they had it was kind of just that reminder, I think, to Warriors fans how special this group is championship character-wise. When like there are certain games,
I have to come back on.
All right, sounds good. When money is on the line for this team, they just have a chance. They have a chance. I love that's the part I love about Brian. You're gonna go. We never know where things are gonna go at times because of it. But it was just one of those things where it was a great comeback. Nothing more to say than that. It was just kind of gave you that hope that they had a little life still left in them. Brian, can you hear me? No, I do not think he can hear me. Can you hear me? No. So I think I can hear you though, Brian. If that makes you. Can you hear me, Brian? I can hear you. Nope. Yeah.
I don't know.
We're gonna listen to it. Yeah, that's the best part. I left it on for you guys so you could hear that part just for that reason. But yeah, Al Horford, 4 threes. My goodness, in the corner there. A big part of that as well. All right. That was a huge part with that too. So big part there with it. Tyler, if you're on with it, what did you make of the comeback at the end of the season? Is Kerr done? Do you think he's out of here at this point?
I thought he was getting very emotional during an interview, so it did really seem like, maybe it's the final run with the Warriors and that, they're gonna have to search for a new coach.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like it's up to the Warriors. If Curry's still there, like Casey said, it sounds like Kerr will want to be there. But yeah, this is the very end there. Draymond's last two defensive plays against the Clippers. That's, I guess, what we'll try to remember from the season. Was just that last game. But again, they've been in the playing game every year here.
Doing that for
4 years. Johnson, you're on fire this morning. On fire, Tyler. Those reactions I actually prefer a little bit. It's the real Johnson. It's the real one there with it. But I was also kind of curious with the Warriors. Is if you have a Butler, you have Green, and you have Curry. I mean, I don't like the gamble of just hiring another coach either. I mean, like who are you getting? Like a Doc Rivers coach in this regard? Like, I don't know. I don't understand what their next move would be in that regard if you're doing that. So yeah, I'm not sure that. Brian, can you hear me?
Yeah, I just switched phones because I kept losing volume.
That's all good. I thought it was funny because you kept saying "What's going on, man?" And so I love that you got some good sound bites on air here a little bit. So you got that. Yeah. So, anyways, I was just saying I think it's going to be interesting. It's not just necessarily they're going to bring back, just bring in another coach and expect this magic. So I got to think Kerr's still going to have another year in him, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they end up parting ways.
I did hear the interview with Curry, and they're like, "Are you going to want an extension?" He made it seem like, yeah, he is. So we'll see what happens with that too.
He even said it's a busy offseason. A busy offseason for the Warriors. He even made that point along the way to say, yeah, they're gonna have a little bit of a busy offseason. They're trying to make some decisions. I think Kerr said, or Draymond says Steph doesn't want to play for another coach. We have all that stuff going in with this week. So Warriors season comes to an end. They finish 5 or 6 games under 500. They get into the play-in as the 10 seed.
But Tyler gets what he wants. They're going to be a lottery pick. So,
I mean, what are they gonna? Maybe they get lucky. I guess that would be the hope. They get lucky like Dallas, and they get one of these top 3 prospects. Even though it's a deep draft, we'll see what happens there. But yeah, that might be. But the Warriors have proven they haven't always drafted the best recently. I guess for the most part, Dunleavy's done pretty well in the draft. I mean, considering he really hasn't had any high first-round picks. So I guess he's been, he's at least got serviceable players in the second round as well. But he hasn't done much outside of the Butler one, which again came back to bite us because of injuries there. And what's to say with a full season next year, we're not going to have the same issues we had this year, where we're just getting in multiple injuries. And that's going to be my big question mark every year now. Is just going to be the ability for the Warriors to stay healthy, even if they got into a playoff series. I don't think they can. Like what's Draymond say? He's a 16-game player, meaning he just needs to get 16 wins in the postseason. That's when he plays at his best. It's like, okay, but can you have a roster that can stay healthy for 16 to win 16 games?
Draymond fashion got thrown out of the game at the end.
So yeah, I did kind of like that a little. Give me a little. Mine got Booker ejected too. So yeah, they both got a little fine there with it. Not a bad thing. Not a bad thing there, Johnson. So I thought that was kind of just the big storylines, and then obviously you got the NBA playoffs kicking off this week as well. This weekend, I saw the Lakers beat the Rockets last night. Denver ended up beating Minnesota in the playoffs as well. Cleveland over Toronto in their matchup too, and then what was the other one last night? I'm forgetting one. Oh yeah, New York. They end up beating Atlanta as well, 113-102. So those are the big storylines from the NBA this week as well. So I don't know. I am interested a little bit in that Denver Minnesota series. I would say that one for me, Brian, because they've kind of seemed to have a rivalry the last few years. Lakers Rockets is kind of interesting a little bit too, and then the rest of them like Orlando, Detroit, Phoenix, OKC. I mean, come on, like I don't think we're gonna get anything out of them on that stuff there. So, Tyler, what one's for you is the most entertaining? For anybody who's listening under there, Casey, if you guys are listening to the show driving to the basketball, what series are you guys most interested into watching here with the NBA as well? So we got that going on, Johnson, in terms of the NBA playoffs.
Finally in Anaheim in the NHL, the Ducks made the playoffs, and they're going to start their journey on Monday against the Edmonton Oilers.
The Quack Attack starts now. The Quack Attack starts. That's what we got. What do they? Yeah, they play. Let's see. Did they play? They didn't play last night. Then you're right. They play this weekend, so they end up playing on the 19th. Oh, so they don't even have to play for a little. They got a couple days off then before their series. You're right. They play on the 20th, which is kind of weird. So that starts. NHL's in there.
I'm looking forward to the traffic for Game 3. It's going to be insane.
Ducks get a lot of turnout down there.
Yeah. I think it's going to be pretty packed at the Honda Center.
Pretty packed in the Honda Center over there. All right, so that's a little NBA there. A little frustration with the Warriors, but at the same point, as we were saying, Brian, not surprising. That's where they ended up this year. Not 10 or 9 seed and then eliminated before making the playoffs. So Tyler does get his wish. They do get in the lottery. We'll see what happens. There. Brian, when you got the NHL or not the NHL, the NFL draft coming up.
Yeah, we had a big trade last night. Dexter Lawrence II went to the Bengals for their first round pick, the number 10 pick. And I think that's a little bit like too much for Dexter Lawrence, but that definitely seems like a Bengals move.
And then the Ravens signed the guy from the Bengals, right? Yeah. So they already lost him. So they're trying to recover him in that mode. So you're right. That shakes it up. So now that puts the Giants in the first top picks. You know what I mean? So it's got to top.
The Giants have 2 first-round picks this year.
Yeah. So that was it 10 and 5 as they have now. Is that what it is? Yeah. So they got they kind of start a little young there, trying to revamp. What do you kind of make? Raiders automatic with Mendoza first pick, right?
No, we're not there. I think the Jets take Arvell Reese, the edge from Ohio State.
Hold on. I want to go back to the Raiders real quick. So it's Mendoza's the lock, correct? There's no other way they would go.
Yeah, I just can't see them going with Ty Simpson.
Well, that would just be disgusting if we went with Ty. I mean, what are we, the Niners going with Alex Smith over Aaron Rodgers? We can't do that. We don't want to go that way. Do you think he's going to be good, Mendoza?
I think he's like a perfect fit for you guys, like a quarterback wise, and you got your franchise running back last year. Now you're getting your franchise quarterback, and you guys had a good offseason with the guys you signed. So,
do you think Captain Kirk starts at the season, or do you think it's going to be? You think they're going to start Cousins?
Yeah, they're going to start Cousins and kind of bring Mendoza along slowly.
It seems like NFL teams other than the Packers still never do that though.
Yeah, I just think they just don't want to throw him out there right away. I mean, maybe we'll see how it goes with Cousins. If Cousins struggles, then I could see like week 5 or 6 that they would go with Mendoza.
The one thing that's interesting about when everybody compared to the Packers is the Packers would win though. Like their quarterback would be winning games. So it's not like you're just going to bring in a rookie when the guy that's playing is winning usually. So That's kind of always a big like the Raiders. It's like you're 1-4. It's like how much more? How many times do you need to beat your head against the wall before you put in the rookie? So, all right. So I just wanted to hit on them a little bit more though. Okay, so Jets, Arvell Reese, the linebacker.
Yeah.
All right. What do you think? He looks like he's gonna be pretty darn good though.
Yeah, he's gonna be good, but you're going to the Jets, and you don't really know how good they're gonna be and how much they're kind of like, it seems like the rookies leave at free agents at some point. So
we never talked about Aaron Glenn's quote where after they signed or they got Geno Smith back, where he said, we like our chances. We like our
the chances aren't very good. I saw out of all the pro teams that they have like the longest playoff drought. So
they have the longest playoff drought. The Dolphins and the Raiders have the longest playoff drought in terms of getting a win in the playoffs. Yeah. So those are the three.
The Anaheim Angels are number 2 behind the Jets.
The Angels? Wow. All right. I didn't realize it's been that long for them. All right, Johnson. How about the team that only matters in the NFC West, the Cardinals? What are they going to? They move on from Murray. Murray's out. I think
they're going to grab a quarterback here, Ty Simpson from Alabama.
Man, he's going to jump that high up.
Yeah, I just think he's going to be sitting there, and that's what they really need, a quarterback. And so I just think they go and just get Ty Simpson with the number 3 pick.
Man, they need so much. It's Ty Simpson. That feels like a reach.
Yeah, I know. I saw on some of the mock drafts. They had him going in the second round, but I just feel like I don't know. Right. I think that Ty Simpson could go later in the first round, so the Cardinals just go grab him.
I saw a lot of people saying they're taking Mr. David Bailey from Texas Tech, the edge rusher. It's kind of who I see that they're getting a lot of picks for. I wouldn't mind them. I wouldn't mind it, if they went Ty Simpson. I guess it's worth a chance if you don't have a quarterback. So, all right, I didn't have that on the mock board there with you. All right, how about the Titans at 4?
They're going to get a weapon for Cam Ward, Carnell Tate, wide receiver from Ohio State.
All right, good one. I saw the one I'm looking at right now has Jeremiah Love, for the running back out of Notre Dame, is who they believe is going to be the 4th pick with them. Running back wouldn't be a bad choice. Tony Pollard wasn't the answer.
You could go either way. I think you need to add an offensive weapon if you're the Titans.
I think I prefer receiver too. If you had somebody there. All right, how about those Giants at 5?
I'm going to say Sonny Styles, the linebacker from Ohio State.
Sonny Styles, man, what a name to go with Jackson Dart. That's a powerful combination there in New York.
He's like a perfect New York guy.
All right, so you go there. Browns, they go to offensive line too?
Yeah, I think I have them getting Proctor from Alabama, the offensive tackle.
Ooh, remember, proctologists tell the best stories. That's remember that the Ass Man episode? You remember that one? That's like one of my favorite ones there. No, I'm not the Ass Man. Well, according to the state of New York, you are the Ass Man. I love that episode. All right, so we got the Titans off the board. All right, so what do you got? Where's Terrell? The Commanders. What do you got?
I think they need defensive help there. Their defense let them down last year, and there's a big-time safety, Caleb Downs from Ohio State. I think they go grab him. Yeah,
that's the guy I was kind of. If the Raiders didn't have one, or the Cardinals, I wouldn't mind them taking him either. Mm-hmm. Caleb Downs. All right, so how about the Saints? Then we're almost through the top 12.
I think they're going to get a safety to Mansour D. Lane. He's a safety from LSU.
That's a good pronunciation right there as well, sir. I like that.
You're pronouncing the hard names.
The Chiefs are picking at the top 10. It's been a while. They're number 9. Obviously, Mahomes is going to miss a little time here. It sounds like this. It'd be shocking if he doesn't. He's going to miss a little time to start the year. Kelsey's back. They got the running back from Seattle,
Yeah.
Hopefully takes them off the edge there. They go offensive line.
Yeah, I think they're going to get a future offensive tackle, Spencer Fing from the Utah Utes.
The Utes going out there. Yeah. Do you think that'd be a waste for them to go defense?
Yeah, I just think that they really need their offensive line was kind of breaking down last year, and that's how Mahomes got hurt. So I think they need to solidify the offensive line in the first round.
Well, especially when they draft a running back too, or they trade for a top running back there. Hopefully, they probably need to run. I mean, they got to run the ball more. I mean,
Yeah,
you can't have Patrick Mahomes be your best runner there. All right, let's finish it up with the Bengals, Dolphins, and Cowboys.
Okay. Well, it's not the Bengals anymore. It's the Giants.
Sorry, you're right. You're right. Giants, because they traded
I think they're going to get a weapon for the offense. Jordan Tyson, wide receiver from Arizona State.
Man, another receiver. After they have the two other guys,
they have their top guy who's coming off an ACL, and I do think they still need offensive help. So,
man, yeah, all right, yeah, I guess you get Dart another weapon, right?
Mm-hmm.
Get Dart there, get him another one. Yeah, all right. I see that, Brian. That makes a little bit more sense to me. All right, it's Dolphins.
They're gonna go get the Miami boy Reuben Bain Jr., the edge from Miami. So he's gonna stay in Miami.
All right. It's funny, the mock draft I had, I'm just looking at one. Obviously, they're mock drafts, so it's good when ones are different. This one has the one I'm looking at has him going to Kansas City at 9. But again, I'd be a little surprised if they go defensive end. Yeah. All right, wrap it up with America's team, Cowboys.
I'm going to say they really need a cornerback, somebody who could defend the pass. I'm going to go Jermon Moody, cornerback from Tennessee.
Moody, they got it right there. How about the Niners? Are they trading down?
There was kind of rumors of maybe that Dallas would try to trade for your guy during the draft. I just don't see that happening.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So what do you think the Niners? Do you think I keep hearing, like, I listen to a lot of Larry Krueger coming home, and he thinks that the best move would be trading down to like the very beginning of the second round and getting 2 second-round picks. That
actually see a guy that they really want actually dropping to them. So I think they're going to take a future Debo, KC Conspecion, receiver from A&M. He's kind of, he gets yards after the catch, and they really need that. They lack that last year. So
it will be interesting if they, let's say, like, there's a good offensive lineman that they like.
Yeah.
Would they take that position? Because their offensive line had moments of weak. It was other than the Trent Williams situation, right? Like,
I don't know. I just hear the rumor that they're willing to pay Trent Williams what he wants and that he's going to be staying there. So I just think they're most likely going to go edge rusher or wide receiver at 27.
Okay, so that's where you see that kind of taking place on there. All right, so
I feel like they've kind of filled the need with offensive line through signing guys for free agency.
How about like a safety or something?
I just don't see any safeties that last until 27, unless the only way they would take a safety is that, like, if Larry Krueger said they traded down.
All right. I wasn't sure if they need like a defensive. I know they have a ton of cornerbacks, but I wasn't sure about I've heard that they needed some safety help. Obviously, the pass rush could always be a little better too. Hard to get somebody to fall that, but obviously you can always get your Crosbys in the world and other ones that drop. So all right. Anything else you're kind of looking forward to the draft? It's in Pittsburgh this year, right?
Yeah, I actually could see
Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I could see like some trades going on where people trade up or trade down more than most years.
Like top 10 type of trades? Like you're trading into the top 10? Or more like below that?
Getting into the first round and getting into the second round because because there's a lot of depth at offensive tackle or edge rusher in this draft. So
Yeah, what do you got? 3 hours of coverage on Thursday just for one round, right? That's the. I will that. Well, I'll be at open house for my school there, so I won't be able to watch Thursdays. I'll be following it checking it on the phone, but I won't be able to actually watch it live there.
He had Stahl back, and he was like throwing footballs to fans, and he ended up throwing one to Pittsburgh Steelers fan. He's like, "Well, I didn't mean to throw it to him."
Yes, I'm sure you did. I'm sure you did it over there. That's exactly what it was. All right. What do you think? A's Giants a little bit, real quick here. How are you feeling about the A's this week?
I mean, I was a little bit disappointed when they blew that game against Texas, and we looked awful during the first game. But I feel like my confidence went back up. I feel like Jack Perkins had opportunities to blow that game, and he kept getting out of the jams, and I just feel like it looks like maybe Kurtz might start hitting again, and that was the big win. Yeah, that was a big win. I feel like Springs is going today, and now we have an opportunity to take 2 out of 3 from the White Sox.
And they were down 5-0.
Yeah, exactly.
Early in that game, right? So they were down real early, 5-0 there. Do you think? Just finish up on the A's. Severino probably should never pitch in Sacramento. Like the guy literally automatically gives up 5 runs every time he pitches there. It's pathetic. He can't pitch there, right?
He should just be a pure road starter.
Just purely on the road. He only got Rooker out too, so when they get him back, he kind of fills the lineup. But Geloff's done pretty good. Had a big munt yesterday for a hit. They couldn't get a clutch hit in that 10th inning, but the pitching was able to get the job done. So they're what are they at right now? I think they're 1 or 2 games over 500 right now, right?
Yeah, they're 11-10 and tied with the Rangers for first place in the AL West.
Yeah. Mike Trout, I talked about him a little bit yesterday on the show. He's got 7 home runs. He had 5 against the Yankees earlier this week in a series. Pretty insane there. And then you had what was the other storyline that kind of caught my attention? The Dodgers. Ohtani's on base 50 straight times now. He pitched, but did not hit for the first time in a game in 5 years. So he had that as well. Ohtani just continues to be a freak of nature. And then the Giants got a couple wins here now, 9-12 and won 3 in a row, maybe building a little momentum. They had that incident that went down with the guy on the Reds where they weren't happy about him calling time at a wrong time. Then so the Giants are like, well, then we're going to pay you. And maybe by doing that, it set up some energy and stuff like that. So, Brian, jump right back on. Your phone's going underwater for me. Jump right back on. So that was the other part for me that kind of caught my attention with baseball this week as well, was just, it's so early in the season. It's hard not to overreact. Like you're about 19 games in, 20 for some teams as well starting today. But that's the fun part of it too, is like you want to overreact to some of these things. And the Giants were playing lackluster baseball. You pay a guy, you got to build a little maybe a little guts, a little energy, a little dog in you between your teammates. And so maybe that's why, the Giants, maybe good to pay a guy or two, get a little feisty. Sometimes you want to see a little life in your team, even if it's not always witty. You at least want to see some fight in it. So the Giants, maybe that turns some momentum as they finish their series out for the Nationals as well. But their division is, you got the Dodgers, Padres have won 9 out of 10.
They got enough offensively in the offseason, so they're just really going to struggle to go up in the standings because they just have so many teams in that division.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be a tough one for them in that regard. So that was part of it too. So you had that going on.
Do you think Devers is a good fit with them?
Devers, yeah, I think I mean, anytime you go from like a great hitting park to the Giants, there is going to be a little decline. He just always struggles in April. He's kind of like an Eric. He's like Eric Chevette. Like, you just know he's not going to make the All-Star team because he can't hit at the beginning. But he does struggle the first month. That's kind of what the back of his baseball card says. And he does pick it up, but he has been really bad right now for him. He just has not hit well. Ramos has stepped up a little bit the last couple of days. I still don't hate the trade. I mean, they just weren't going to get guys to sign there. And the guys they've traded, it really hasn't benefited the Red Sox. If anything, it's benefited the Dodgers getting Tibbs from the Red Sox in that trade. So I think it was worth the risk. Let's put it that way. I still think
I feel like the Red Sox are kind of getting burned out with him, so they kind of had to, trade him somewhere anyways.
Yeah. It was still kind of a surprise trade when it did happen, when it did go down. So, anyways, those were kind of a little check-in on the A's and the Giants this week. Like I said, Ohtani continues to also be magnificent, that nobody's surprised out as well there. So,
come on, Springs.
Yeah, that's right. So you gotta be a big win. All right, Brian, winners and losers of the week. I'm going to take us in some multiple directions as we finish the show up here with this one. Just got some highlights over the last couple of weeks as well. So, Johnson, where are we starting here?
I'm going to start with the loser of the week. The Mets have lost 10 straight. They're on a free fall right now. And East Coast Frank is having meltdowns on a daily basis. It's like, come on, Mets. We got to win one. I don't want to see East Coast Frank have a heart attack.
I think the hot dogs are going to cause that more than the Nets. That's just going to be my opinion. I think you guys going to look up the hot dogs there a little bit.
But then there's 10 in a row. He's the Dolphins, so he's not doing well right now.
That's a tough combination. That's a tough combination of teams to like right there. Mets 10-0. That's a lot of money for losing 10 in a row that they spend. I guess Juan Soto does matter that much. All right, how about loser of the week? The Mariners revealing Ichiro's statue at Safeco. Did you see this, Brian?
So
they have there Ken Griffey's over there as well. You see Ichiro here in the right-hand corner, and they're about to reveal it. Here's what happened.
The statue of one of the greatest players in the history of the game.
I don't know if you caught it. But the bat up there it broke as they were trying to reveal it. He has the famous. They'll watch the bat; it bounces right there at it, boing, and the bat is broken up top there. And that's gotta be so embarrassing. You're revealing one of your great players. Thank goodness Ichiro has a good sense of humor about it. But that's like there, boing, not the best look, Seattle. To have Ichiro, you can't have his bobblehead. You can't have it break like that. Unbelievable. Having that go off there. So had that loser of the week, obviously my Warriors going out in the second round. That's not what we wanted to see. I told you the Valkyrie GM Brian for me was going to be an automatic loser of the week as well. So they'll throw them back in there just to kind of
and I got one more
pile back on. And then Brian, all right, deal with yours. It might be the same one. Go ahead. What do you got?
I got the Charlotte Hornets. Their misery continues. The Charlotte Hornets. They're the number 3 longest playoff drought. And they lose to the Orlando Magic in the play-in game.
Tough right there. How about WrestleMania? Is that loser of the week? What do you think?
I can't even access WrestleMania.
Because on the ESPN crap?
Yeah, I know. It's like I tried putting in my Disney login, and it just wouldn't even let me choose plans or anything. It wouldn't let me access the program.
It seems like I don't know. It seems like they've gone. They had the good storyline with The Rock and all that, kind of a little bit there. And then with Roman Reigns losing the champ, and then they've changed networks to Netflix, to Peacock, and now back to ESPN. It's like it feels like they're all over the place a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I really liked it on Peacock because you could get all the pay-per-views, and now it's like really complicated to get pay-per-views now. So
yeah, but is it? Yeah, it was really easy to get it, but don't you think the storylines are lacking?
Yeah, I mean, it's just I feel like they're bringing back old wrestlers all the time, and so I think they should be developing new ones. It's like now they're bringing back the Bella Twins or AJ Lee or Paige, and it's just I don't know. It's just I have a hard time watching it anymore.
So who are we blaming Triple H for this? Is that who we get to blame for?
Definitely. And for some reason, he's got some. He doesn't like LA Knight. I think LA Knight, if you push him to be the champ, it would be a really good storyline. But they just don't get along.
I don't know. I'm just a casual fan, kind of in a sense, but kind of unbelievable some of the stuff that. How about Gino going at Dawn Staley last week for the win? That was kind of crazy. He got to win at her a couple weeks ago. Remember? Did you see that where they were shaking hands? He got to went off on her a little bit. He wasn't afraid to show kind of what was happening. Then how about one more loser of the week here? This is from actual last week. Jose Canseco, maybe not the worst off the head home run you'll ever see. This is in college baseball. Highland versus Butler. I'm sure you were dialed in, Johnson, to this.
Hit in the air to right center field. It's going to hang up, and it is off the head of the center fielder. That's going to be a ground rule double. No, it's a home run. It's a home run for Tene Vijas. Oh, my. It hit the head of the center fielder and bounced so far, it went over the wall in right center field. And the umpire, I thought he was going to call it a ground rule double. He indicates home run. Wow. What a change of events. Let's take another look at this. Center fielder coming over. He was calling out the right fielder, had his hand up trying to find the ball in the sun. Oh, it went right off his forehead. Oh, my. Jake Shields.
Oh, my God. You can hear the guy in the background. You can, after they do the little celebration, you hear that one guy hot mic. Oh, that went off the beeping dome, man. I like the way the guy says that there. Went off the beeping dome, man. That was way. I had to go quite a distance, Brian, to make it over the fence. That wasn't like Jose close to the fence. That made it. I haven't seen that. That was ridiculous. How far that ball had to bounce to get over the fence. So sorry, man, out there. Tough one to go out with that way. All right, Brian, what do you got for winners of the week?
My winner of the week is actually the Cincinnati Reds, Casey's Reds. They actually had a decent start to the season, so I want to give some props out to Casey.
Casey, he's done absolutely nothing to produce those wins, but we're still giving him a little credit. I guess we're still giving Casey a little credit here for winning. How about we show a little love to Mr. Garrett Anderson? He was a killer against the A's over the years as well. So I wanted to shout out Mr. Garrett Anderson, just a longtime Angel. Here he is. I had to get him 2002 World Series, Game 7, tied at 1. I mean, who else do you want up there? Who else do you want to back?
Right field and into the corner. Eckstein scores. Erstad scores. Here's 7. 4-1.
Ryan, I saw you jumped in on Celebrity. I'm going to get into him in a second. But come on, you were an A's fan during those times in Oakland too. Garrett Anderson, to me, I talked a little bit about it last time on 7th inning. I don't know how to describe it. He's just one of those guys because I was so into baseball that period of time that he'll get forgotten through generations because of. Yeah. But man, he was such a good player. He led the league in doubles 2 years in a row. Was a 3-time All-Star. Was a home run Derby champion, believe it or not, too. But just on base all the time, was wrecking havoc. I hated to see him up with people on base. And just, I don't know, Brian was a great player, I guess. And I just felt like I wanted to shout him out a little bit.
Consider him Mr. Angel. So,
man, he was just so clutch for them. You know what I mean? Over the years, just such a clutch player. Known as a good teammate and all those things. I don't know. Just kind of sad. 53 years old too, man. That's
crazy.
That's pretty young to be, pass away there. So just a great great player that the Angels lost for. They lost this week at a young age, unfortunately. But man, great player for sure. So sad to see him. Sad to see that. To see that come across the news this week, definitely just shocked me. I was like, Gary Anderson. I was like, holy crap, yeah, one of the greatest players nobody remembers until his name comes. Exactly, and he always got a lot of clutches against it didn't even matter. They said, Brian, from 2006 to 2018, I want to say that was the time period I saw. He was third all time in hits.
Wow.
Behind Jeter, A-Rod, and then it was him. So it's like we're talking like it's legit. Manny was like 5 on that list. So just definitely one of the great ones as well. So rest in peace, Mr. Garrett Anderson at 53 there. The other one that I have is Celebrini, 19 years old, offers he says winner of the week, Macklin, 19 years old, offer him to the world and keep that man at Sharky. Yes. He passed the all-time record for the Sharks points leader, going over with Joe Thornton as well. So yeah, there was it. You want to say hi? Grace is here, America. She's gonna say hi. She doesn't feel like that well, but hello, Grace. We're almost done. We're almost done. You want to say hi? Hi. She went to the zoo this week, the Oakland Zoo. And what animal did you bring home? Do you remember?
A snow leopard.
Say it into the microphone.
A snow leopard.
A snow leopard. All right, that's Brian. If you went to the zoo, what stuffed animal would you ask your mom to buy? Well, come on, Brian. What animal would you do? A lion. He would go with the lion on that one. That's where he would go with on that side. So, all right. So those are good ones as well that we had. So, anyways, Johnson, just wanted to get a little shout out to Anderson as well. There at did you have another winner of the week or anything?
Yeah, I got me as the winner of the week. I changed my profile picture to the A's, so I think that's more positives to Brian sticking around for the whole season.
I think you see it, you get online, you see the A's logo, you'll stay focused, you won't shy away if they lose the series today to the White Sox. Stay strong.
I yelled at a woman because my MLB.TV wasn't working. So
they'll take it out on the ladies, Johnson. Control yourself. You want to be able to control it. That's not their fault with it. All right, here's a throwback video. I played this on set, and this one it cracks me up. I think when I read it, it was like it said something like, "This is how media used to be covered." So this is like the 1990 Expos. Apparently, they flew home on a flight from San Francisco, and maybe things got a little interesting. But I just love the way the news, Brian, covers it. All right, so I want you to listen to this, and then we'll get out of here.
Montreal Expos flew home Thursday night from San Francisco, and they partied it up on the plane pretty good. Too much, apparently. It seems 18 seats on the plane were broken and so much beer spilled on the carpeting that it had to be replaced. A Montreal newspaper also says Expo second baseman Mike Lansing shouted at a flight attendant who was giving the safety demonstration, forward exits, rear exits, in French. And apparently, Lansing yelled, "We don't need to hear that crap. Everybody here speaks English." Well, Mike Lansing responded to that story on Friday.
What has come out is unfortunate. There was something that was probably taken out of context. It was exaggerated. Of course, there was no political in anything that was said. There's no anything political behind it. If I offended anyone, I apologize. I have no ill feelings towards people in Montreal, French people, Canadians, anything. I love playing here. I've had fun here. I like the people here. And I'm going to continue to play hard here. I meant no disrespect to anyone, and it's been an unfortunate misunderstanding.
I was obviously very disappointed, in what.
Brian, how good is that? I mean, just
right.
the fact that you have those guys there. So let's see. Let's hear he is wrapping up the thing here.
No extra peanuts for those guys next flight for sure. Expos fight.
I just let me go. I guess they partied it up too strong there. There's a classic video there. The guy, I bet no offense. We all speak English here. We don't need to hear it. I meant no disrespect, though. I meant no disrespect. So I thought that was kind of a funny video. We'll get out on that this week. Tyler, Ryan, you're on. Tyler said tough loss yesterday. Were you at the game coaching? He said they had a good lead. They couldn't hold the lead against the Cloverdale Mighty Mites. They got the job done. But apparently they play next Saturday here, so I'm going to try to get out and see if I can check out the game here in Cloverdale.
Nice.
And or as Tyler's team, the Brewers, are trying to get the W. Do you think Tyler would have been okay with the A's if he had to wear an A's hat? Do you think he would have been all right with that? That would have been good. All right, Brian. Have a good week, man.
All right. Go A's.
Stay out of that Ducks traffic. Coming the next week. I was there. Heartbreaker. I was there. What did they say? Get him next week. That's the one. Ryan, hope you're good, buddy. Well, maybe I'll see you next week at the game. Ryan,
All right. Peace.
Thanks, bud.